What's up, guys? Mickle here, and we just had one of the first employees at Ripple tell us that he believes the Ripple SEC case will ultimately settle. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about why Bob Way believes that we will see a settlement in the Ripple SEC case. Guys, this is extremely important and something you are not going to want to miss, so make sure to stick around for this whole thing. Guys, I also want to talk about why Gary Gensler could be ready to step down from the SEC. Guys, we just saw some brand new information that could indicate Gary Gensler might be on his way out. And guys, this would be so bullish for cryptocurrencies. Guys, in this video, we're going to talk about that. And at the end of this video, we're going to go over a massive market event that is taking place tomorrow. Guys, this could be huge for the direction of the cryptocurrency market going forward. So make sure to stick around for this whole thing. Like always, guys, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on bell notifications. These three simple things go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys ever need a good place to buy some XRP or the Flare token, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, down in the description of this video. Guys, Uphold has been blowing it out of the water recently, and if you do not have an account with Uphold yet, I highly suggest you make one using the link in the description of this video. With that said though, guys, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. Because I want to start out this video and go over some brand new information that could indicate that Gary Gensler could be ready to leave the SEC. Now guys, before I get into this, I just want to let you know, Gary Gensler was actually in a very similar position to where he is now earlier in his career. Back about 10 years ago, Gary Gensler was actually working at the CFTC and caused a whole bunch of different controversies. It really had to do with stock exchanges at that time, but essentially there was a whole bunch of scandals that started surrounding Gary Gensler, and ultimately when a new political party took over the House and were going to investigate him, he packed his bags and left the CFTC. Guys, Gary Gensler dodged all accountability. He ran away from government because he knew he was about to be investigated big time for all the sketchy things he was doing at the CFTC. Well, guys, what do you know? It's starting to look like we could actually be in this same exact position now. Gary Gensler has been doing all kinds of sketchy stuff at the SEC when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and we know he has been pissing off a lot of people. Also, on top of that, and very importantly, we just had a change in who controls the House to a political party opposite of Gary Gensler. That means this new political party is going to be much more likely to investigate him and try to make Gary Gensler look bad. Well, guys, luckily for us, they don't have to do much to make him look bad. He's been doing that himself, but Gary Gensler is going to be forced to face accountability. Now, guys, we have already seen multiple different people come out and say this, and now it's just a matter of time. Well, guys, I have been predicting for a while now that Gary Gensler is not going to face this accountability. He's going to do the same exact thing he did when he was working at the CFTC. He's going to pack his bags and leave the SEC before anyone can try to make him look bad. Well, guys, we just got some new confirmation that this could be exactly what Gary Gensler has been planning to do. I want you to listen up to this clip by BitBoy Crypto. And guys, I know some of you don't trust BitBoy because his failed prediction on the Ripple SEC settlement, but guys, just understand he actually is very connected in this industry. He talks to a lot of different politicians behind closed doors. So guys, if he is saying this, and I know he hated being right on the Ripple settlement, so I doubt he's going to be making more predictions that he could potentially be wrong on. So guys, I have a feeling he is telling the truth, or at least thinks he's telling the truth here. Just listen up to what he has to say here because it's pretty significant.
That's why Gary Gensler, from what I hear, is on his way out. So
Interesting.
we're not going to go hard on Gary anymore. Like, I'm not going to go hard on Gary anymore. Gary's out. Gary's on the way out. By us continuing to basically talk about how bad Gary Gensler is, we're just wasting our time. We need to be more concerned about who's coming in after him.
So guys, while I would be skeptical of what BitBoy was saying here, if it was kind of out of nowhere like the Ripple SEC case, guys, I have been predicting that Gary Gensler was going to step down for a while now. It's what he does. He goes in, makes a mess of different things, stalls innovation for whatever company is paying him on the back end, and then right when he's about to face accountability, he packs his bags and leaves. Guys, this is exactly what we would expect Gary to do, and this is what BitBoy is telling us is about to happen. Guys, I have already started seeing reports that this is something that could happen. So guys, I have a feeling it's only a matter of time. Guys, Gary Gensler is not going to want to ruin his reputation and just sit through endless investigations of the opposite political party as him, tearing him apart in front of the public. It's just something he is never going to do, and I have a feeling we are actually very close to him leaving the SEC. Now guys, if he does do this, this would be so bullish for cryptocurrencies, and guys, could even impact the Ripple SEC case. The fact of the matter is, there's a very good chance this case will actually be decided on before he leaves. I don't think anyone has any timeline for when Gary's going to leave. But guys, if Ripple was to settle this case, the rest of the crypto is still going to be in a tough situation. Gary Gensler is still going to be trying to crack down on different projects, so we really need an SEC chair that's going to stop doing regulation by enforcement and just give us some freaking clarity. Guys, Gary Gensler stepping down would be the first massive step to that happening, and guys, it would be a massive development because if Gary Gensler didn't step down, we could see that guy until like 2026. So guys, let's pray BitBoys right here. I have a feeling he's onto something, so let's cross our fingers and just see how it plays out. So guys, now I want to move on and actually talk about how this case could settle. Now guys, a lot of people have been saying forever, this case is never going to settle. It's just hopium. It's going the distance. It's going to 2025. Well guys, we just had one of the first employees at Ripple tell us that he believes this case is going to settle. He literally tweeted out the other day, I don't see any reason why the SEC would not settle this case. And guys, I just want to go over a couple big reasons why I think the SEC is going to settle, because guys, the SEC settles 95% of their cases. This is one of the worst cases the SEC has ever brought. They need to be so careful right now with how this case wraps up, because guys, if it wraps up in a way that could create a legal precedent for the industry, guys, that could kick the SEC entirely out of crypto. Now, I want to start off and just quickly talk about why the SEC is in a bad position when it comes to Judge Torres. Ashley Prosper tweeted out, question, if you were Judge Torres and your ruling could potentially either collapse a multi-billion-dollar industry or severely cripple a major government agency, what would you do? Answer, rule XRP is not a security today, but early sales were, neither side would appeal. And I think Ashley Prosper is onto something very important here. Guys, Judge Torres is not the type of judge who's going to make a ruling that is going to collapse a multi-billion-dollar industry. It would put thousands of entrepreneurs out of work, it would hurt 75,000 retail XRP holders, and guys, it would just be a mess. I have looked over past rulings from Judge Torres, and guys, this is just not something she's going to do. And the reason this is so good is because this gets rid of the worst case scenario for XRP holders and the best case scenario for the SEC. Guys, the SEC has to know that XRP in the secondary market is never going to be called a security by Judge Torres. It's simply not in her nature to do that, and that is a huge issue for the SEC. If this case gets decided on by Judge Torres, and if XRP today is deemed not a security, guys, that is a huge hit for the SEC in their ambitions to take over the cryptocurrency industry. That's because suddenly every single cryptocurrency out there is going to have a path to say, okay, this is why we're like XRP, this is why we are not a security. Guys, Ripple tried to do that in their case, but there was no legal precedent. There was no Ethereum case they could use, and the SEC bailed out on saying, oh, it was just Hinman's personal opinion. Well, guys, this isn't a personal opinion. This is a court ruling, and this could be devastating for the SEC. So guys, why would the SEC risk taking this thing the distance if the most likely outcome is going to be that XRP itself is not a security? And guys, I just want to move on and show you that this doesn't take a lot of legal analysis. Jeremy Hogan tweeted out, the SEC's case was weak and ill-conceived from the start. Ripple put up the best defense money can buy. If Ripple's kung fu is not good enough, no one's is. And guys, Jeremy Hogan makes such an important point here. The SEC's case is obviously weak. We saw multiple past SEC officials come out and say the SEC is likely going to lose this case if they go the distance. Guys, it's no secret that the SEC's case is weak, and I think they know it. The SEC has to understand that they are in such a bad position in calling XRP itself a security. Now guys, the SEC might have a decent case for Ripple sales being a security, but the problem is that's not their end goal. They want control of all of crypto, not just the sales. So guys, if the SEC's case is as weak as a lot of these people are saying, they are in huge trouble. But the good thing for the SEC is there is a way out of it. They can get away with just saying XRP is not a security and not giving any power to the rest of the crypto industry. And that is to settle this case. That is why a settlement is actually so beneficial to the SEC. They don't want to create all this clarity. They know their case is bad, we know their case is bad, and almost everyone at the SEC likely knows their case is bad. The people leaving the SEC know it's bad, so why wouldn't the people there also know it's bad? Guys, with all this information and based on everything we are hearing out of different lawyers following this case, I just think a settlement is so likely. Now guys, if we do go the distance, the good news is I still think Ripple wins. I still think XRP is deemed not a security, but thinking about it logically, I just don't understand why the SEC would do this. They're already going to lose on XRP not being a security. Why risk damaging all your power going forward? And guys, just so you know, I quickly want to address this. Ripple wants to settle this case too. The SEC could appeal any ruling that comes out of Judge Torres, and Ripple does not want to take this risk. Ripple wants this case over and over for good. They are going to settle this case if they are given the opportunity, as long as the SEC admits that XRP going forward is not a security. And guys, before we end this video, I want to cover a massive market event that's happening tomorrow. We find out about US CPI. Now guys, it is critical that this data comes in good. If it doesn't, we are going to see a you-know-what show in the market. Now guys, I am hopeful that it will actually be good. It needs to come in below 6.5% to be good. So guys, let's all cross our fingers and see what happens. If it comes in well below 6.5, guys, that is going to be massively bullish for the crypto market. And we have been seeing a lot of different cryptocurrencies creating a bottoming structure as of recently, especially XRP. Guys, let's hope this is the final nail in the coffin for the bear market and we can finally start pushing up to some higher prices. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.